Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to cook Echicha. Echicha is a kind of meal that hails from Nsukka and a part of Enugu State. In fact, it's a general meal that comes from Enugu State. So to begin with, we have the Echicha itself, and then we have the fio. That's the pigeon pea, yes, that's the English name. And then we have a vegetable to go, which is the scent leaf, nchuawu, that's the Igbo name. And then we have enough onions. Onion is like this is one of the most important ingredients in this meal. So not to waste much of your time, you bring your pigeon pea to a boil, and then you turn off the heat. But if you have a pressure pot, you just pick your beans, wash it, and just pressure cook it right away. But in this case, since you'll be cooking the echicha with it, you won't be able to pressure cook it all together. Then the echicha itself, you crack it into smaller bits, into smaller pieces. In the process, you're going to have two sizes. This is the bigger size. You soak it in water. I soak mine for about an hour or two, depending on how hard the echicha is. And these are the smaller pieces, which are more like powder. So you cannot combine the two, or else when you are washing it, you are going to lose most of this one in your drain, which is a very bad idea because echicha is a very expensive meal. Currently now it's no longer cheap like those days. So when you soak them separately and they're well soaked, you wash until the water runs clear, just like the way it is here. Make sure you wash it very well, because most of those browns are just the smoke that they use to dry the cocoyam, because the chicha itself is made from cocoyam. After they smoke it for a very long time and it turns brown. So you wash it and you transfer from the big ones, you transfer them to your sieve, your metal sieve, the one you are going to use to cook it, so that you don't melt it. You don't use rubber sieve. Then at the top you put the smaller ones. Yes, the softer, the powdery one, or how would I put it? You know what I mean. You put those ones at the top of the bigger one, so that it doesn't fall out from under the sieve. And here the pigeon pea, that's the fio, has soaked enough. It has swelled enough. You take it off after it must have cooled down a little. You wash it, then you add water to your pot. You add your washed beans, your washed fio, and then you place your iron rack, your iron sieve of the echicha on top of the fio and the cover, and you allow to cook. It depends on how fast your burner goes. Sometimes it takes long, sometimes it cooks fast, but you just keep checking to see if the beans is cooked well, before you can now say, okay, your food is ready. And just the way I checked it now, you can chew or you can try to squeeze it with your finger. Then into another pot, I'll now make the sauce that we're going to use to mix the whole thing up. And add your palm oil and you saute your onions. Of course, our plenty onions. And then you add the washed and the sliced scent leaf. You don't too much fry this. Like me, I don't personally allow it to over fry. That's a crunchy taste of the onions. Is something to to always remember when you're eating echicha. You add your salt, your pepper, your seasoning. And one thing you should remember is that this food consumes a lot of oil, so you have to have enough oil. That is where you get the taste out of this meal. Oil is a necessity. So over here you will combine your echicha and your beans together. Yes, then you pour in the sauce you have made. You pour in gradually, so that you can know how much oil that goes in, so that you don't drool it with so much oil. You add it gradually, especially as a beginner. and you stir. Voila, your food is ready. As simple as that. Yes, I hope you guys tries out this recipe, and I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you very much.